What's up, guys? It's Collin Coates from Built to Wander. We are back with another episode of Driving Line Builds featuring Matt Thompson's F350 behind me. Today, we're going to be focusing on the importance of auxiliary lighting. We've got a handful of different lighting setups we'll be installing from Baja Designs. Before we get started, like this video, subscribe to the Driving Line channel, and let's get after it. All right, Matt, so like I said, we've got some lighting packages from Baja Designs we're getting ready to install. Talk to me a little bit about the importance of having auxiliary lighting specifically for your F350 Super Duty.
So I drive 45 minutes, to work and back every day. And, I experience all types of weather. Down here in the Springs, we're at like 6,000 feet. Up where I live, I'm at 8,900 feet. So like I could run into fog, I could run into snow, rain. You never know what you're gonna run into. And so it's really important to be able to see in those aspects. And, we've had such good luck with the, on Blaze with all the lights on it. And I'm just super excited to get these on the truck now.
Yeah, and so in addition to that commute where you're experiencing inclement weather, rain, fog, you're sometimes driving late at night or early in the mornings where it's really dark. Matt does plan to use his truck for off-roading trips, camping. I mean, both of us love to get out and do that all summer long together when we can. So I think just having a well-rounded lighting setup just makes all of that more safe and more fun, more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
The other thing is Baja Designs has a really nice diagram that shows the different lighting zones. And some of that includes your fog lighting zone, your corner, your spot. You've got lighting in the rear, lighting on the sides. We're gonna talk about the different zones that these lights that we install hit to really make for a well-rounded lighting package and to help us get that extra functionality that we're looking for. So I think what we'll do is we'll get started with the fog lights. Then we'll do the linkable.
Yeah, let's do the linkable.
That'll be up on the front bumper. We've got some A-pillar lights as well, and then finally reverse lights. So with that being said, let's get started.
Let's get after it.
All right, so we're starting with a dual fog pocket kit for the Super Duty. Comes specifically with these brackets, and it features the Baja Designs SAE fog light along with the Squadron Pro. So the SAE fog light will create a street legal fog light with a lot more power than the factory fogs. And then that Squadron Pro is almost twice as bright as that street legal SAE. But once you hit dirt, you can turn that thing on and improve your visibility that much more. So we're gonna start by getting these factory fog lights torn out. And then we'll start piecing together these brackets and get this dual fog pocket kit installed. Ah, there she goes. First one's off.
First one's off.
Why is that so dirty? Oh my God. All right, so this is the faceplate more or less. And there's some rubber tape here to prevent rattling once this is installed on the truck. And you can see some spacers to help make sure that it's aligned correctly and flush out here. So it'll look pretty much factory. Baja Designs does a really nice job with that, I will say. So that's kind of how it's gonna sit in there. And then there's 3 nuts we need to add on the backside. And then from there, we can get these lights positioned the way we want them, like that. And we'll be good to go. We've got the driver's side done, and then you can see the passenger side. Just such a big difference. It looks just really sick with the Bajas. Everything they do looks sick. All right, time to disassemble this passenger side. We had luck getting this front side in first.
That looks fantastic.
It, from back here, it truly looks factory.
Oh yeah.
It's got a hell of a lot more light than what came with the factory. Before we really get into wiring, we're gonna go ahead and install that linkable kit and start working on the other kits as well, and then do all the wiring at the very end. Okay.
All right, so to do this next step, you know, we're gonna have to remove the front bumper. To do that, there's some bolts and plugs and stuff that we need to do underneath to get prepped to pull this front cover off, and then unbolt the 4 bolts that slide this whole bumper off. You know, it's gonna mount up right here in the front. We're gonna have to do some trimming on the plastic just to make that all look nice and clean, you know, for when it mounts down, and that way it sits flush on the metal here.
Reinstalling the bumper. What a difference that makes though, holy smokes. This thing's starting to look pretty serious now up front. Beautiful.
This side. All
right, so we got the bumper completely reinstalled, all the odds and ends, little components that we had to pull apart. This is in place, it's very sturdy. Now look, the nice thing is Baja Designs gives you some covers. You can run these if you choose. You know, they are kind of a nice little aesthetic, but of course you pull them off when you're gonna use your lights. Now I'm pulling these off because I wanna explain something important about this 7XL Linkable from Baja Designs for the Ford Super Duty. So you can see that there's 3 different lens patterns all in this single light here. This right here is gonna hit zones 1 and 2, which are fog and wide cornering. This is your driving combo light, and these are your spotlights. And with 7 lights, we're hitting 4 different zones of lighting, which gives you just a really well-rounded lighting package. Really, to be honest, for most people, this is more than enough light. We are going a little above and beyond. We're gonna put some LP4 Pros up there on the A-pillars next, but it's totally not necessary for the everyday application. And like I said, this is a ton of light, just a really nice, well-rounded package, and love how this hits 4 different zones of lighting. Boom, just like that. That sucker was in there tight.
It wasn't there tight.
Okay, then the LP4 will go right on top of this bracket. All right, that looks really nice right there.
Hell yeah.
So we got to do the other side, but that,
you know, these are gonna be really, really, really nice for when I'm loading up the trailer, backing up at my house at night.
Yeah, just having a little extra reverse light.
Yeah,
I mean, these pretty much all factory vehicles don't have the brightest of reverse lights. So just having something that adds a little extra punch will be nice. These S2 Sports are it's a good little light. We ran them on a lot of our Jeep builds over the years. And you know, I like how they kind of tuck up into that area of the bumper that's cut up a little bit, so you don't have to worry about clearance issues or anything like that.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Cool. Get the other side on. Sick. Sick.
Okay.
All right, so we've got all of the different packages from Baja Designs actually installed and mounted on the truck. We've got the dual fog pocket kit installed, the XL Linkable up front. We just finished the LP4s up on the A-pillar, and then we also have a set of S2 reverse lights in the back. Now that everything's been mounted up and is exactly where we want it, we're gonna go ahead and start doing wiring. That's a bit of a tedious process. That's why we saved it for last, but we'll get through that next, and then we'll do some demos and show you just how bright these lights are and the difference they're gonna make for Matt's truck. All right, so we're gonna start by getting wiring done for this dual fog pocket kit. So we've got some SAE fog lights and then some Squadron Pros for additional light. This is really intended for off-road use only. But because we've got these SAEs that are completely street legal, we want to wire them up into the factory fog lights. This is the factory fog that came out, and there's a female adapter here. Baja Designs actually includes the female adapter that will plug in basically on one end to this SAE fog light, and then the other end will plug into the factory harness. So wiring these in will be so easy, and this is one of the reasons why we love Baja Designs.
So now that I've got them all plugged in, I want to just make sure that the connection was good, and that way if there's an issue, I don't have to retrace so much.
Oh yeah. Oh, those look so good.
You know, when we got the harness, it came with 3 wires, and on the Linkable, there's only 2 wires going to it. So we just wanted to double check that it was just a power and a ground to turn all the lights on, and that there was not a backlit option on these. So I just powered this up with my power probe. We just wanted to make sure that everything was connected properly, and now we can run this up into the engine bay.
And we also have this right here being run down just next to that air box. And that's what connects to the Squadron Pros. So that will fire off these. So these will be on a second switch. So this is factory fog switch, additional switch so Matt can kick these on when he's off road. And then this harness, Baja Designs makes it really easy. So you basically find the lead that you want to connect into the upfitter harness. You put it right here, clamp it down, and you're already wired up. Obviously, you got to connect your ground as well. But we're going to wait to connect all of these until we get pretty much all the wiring pre-ran for each lighting kit.
Yeah, absolutely. That way it just makes it nice and clean. We can bundle it all up nice together and zip tie it all together nice. So it's gonna come out good.
Good deal. That's in there nicely. Now, I'm gonna toss this over the other side. Okay, that didn't work. Try that again. There we go.
So once again, we're just double checking the connections. Now we've got everything ran. So we just wanted to make sure.
Holy
things
smokes.
are bright.
Oh my gosh. Okay, does work. How about the backlit wire?
All right, so the backlit.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So you can see what that backlit looks like. That one more time, Matt? This is a super cool feature of the LP series lights. The LP4s, the LP6s, the LP9s. They all have this backlit function. That just looks so cool, and those will be attached to the running lights which to me just adds a nice little flair.
Just a nice little touch, yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the style. You know they're Bajas when they're backlit.
That's right.
All right, we just finished up those LP4s up front, so gonna jump to the S2 reverse lights here in the rear. I really like the position of these. I was telling Matt, they're kind of nicely in this cutout in the bumper, so you don't really have to worry about clearance. You can see that the hitch is the low point here, so shouldn't have to worry about him bottoming out those lights on anything. But with that being said, we basically have this splitter here that will attach the two lights into one. And then we've got a couple extensions from Baja Designs to get this run from the back to the front so that we can tie into everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these connected here. All right, got that. All right, hear that click, so that's connected. Matt ran the wires rest of the way down the frame. We got it up through the engine compartment here. I'm just gonna test it to make sure that those reverse lights are working.
Oh yeah, we got some bright lights.
They look good?
They look great. Woo. Oh yeah. What a difference that's gonna make.
All right, so at this point, we literally have all the wires basically ran to the engine compartment. The cool thing about this Super Duty is Matt's got the upfitter switches. So actually in here, behind the battery is a bunch of pre-ran leads where basically all you have to do is connect your power wire to those pre-ran leads and those switches are ready to rock. I mean, it's that easy. All right, so we just buttoned everything up. We went outside, we did some testing. What do you think?
I absolutely love it, you guys. This has turned out just the way I wanted. I'm super pumped to get this thing out in the dark and really get these lights final tuned and adjusted exactly where I want them, just so that I can optimize, you know, what we put on. So super pumped. I can't even believe this is happening right now. So can't wait to get this thing out on a nice dark road and put these babies to test.
So there you guys have it, the ultimate lighting setup for the Ford F350 Super Duty. The sun's setting here in Colorado Springs, but you would think that it's still daylight thanks to all of these lumens from Baja Designs. We are so stoked with how this lighting package came together. The install went extremely smooth, and now Matt will have light for days on his new truck. Drop me a comment below, let me know what you think of our new lighting setup. And keep an eye out for the next episode of Driving Line Builds. You can expect to see us install some amp research steps on this thing. We've got a nice bed cover from Real Truck and a couple other accessories to install as well. As always, guys, hit the like button if you did and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, wander on.
Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.